What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and you know we about to come on here and talk about this good old ghetto OLG with Kandi and her gang, child. Let's get into it, shall we? All right, y'all. So you know we gotta pay the bills first. So I need y'all to go ahead and get on to that good old. Hold on, my banners ain't showing up, child. We got to do this right. We got to do this right. Hold on. I'm gonna need y'all to go on over to healisticthings.com. Okay, get healthy, get right. I need you to get some of that healing herb tea, some of that good old sea moss gel, and you better finish it off with some pineapple ginger juice. That's what you better do. So get on to healisticthings.com and get in where you fit in. Now that we've paid the bills, let's talk about Kandi and her gang, child. That damn Chandrika, or whatever her, however you say her name is, fire her. Okay, I get it. You know, Kandi, what I have learned from this episode, from this show, is that Kandi is very, very loyal. Okay. I understand her relationships with her friends now. I understand why she gets hurt in relationships when people don't necessarily treat her right, because Kandi is very loyal and she's going to have your back through thick and thin. But she got some of the wrong people's back up in this restaurant. Okay. It's very ghetto. Now, let me tell y'all, I actually went to OLG in Atlanta. I went last September and the food was very good. They do need some upgrading, so I'm glad to hear that she's updating the ambiance of it all. But very nice. Nevertheless, the service was really, really good. I believe Philip was actually the bartender when I was there. I don't know if maybe he needed to fill in that spot. But yeah, it's just interesting to see that he's actually the general manager, but very professional, very nice. Okay. Anyway, let's get into this show in order. Okay. So Kandi and Todd brought Philip in apparently because everybody else is so damn unprofessional that they need somebody to come up in there and play Big Brother to like get the shit together, because it is a ghetto scene up in there. Like apparently Don Juan was doing the job of general manager of sorts at some point, but he needs to be doing other things for Kandi's other businesses, because basically he's her manager overall. He's not the manager of OLG. So they also have several managers. Okay. So I missed the very beginning, but I do love the fact that Kandi sang her opener, which I think is amazing. Um, but I came right in on the part where Kandi and Todd were sitting down with Philip. Now, Philip comes from 16 years of experience with a higher end restaurant situation. So they brought him in to basically help them clean their act up and get their shit together. And of course, the damn Chandrika girl was the first person that he had a run in with, because Kandi is so loyal to a fault that this girl keeps on running around talking about, I've been here the longest, I've been here the longest, like that shit should catch weight. Well, bitch, if you've been here the longest, that means you need to know how to act right the most. I, I don't get it. But moving right along, they come upstairs, Todd, Kandi, and Don Juan with Philip, because apparently Philip has been in the restaurant kind of like shadowing people to kind of see who the problems are and what, just kind of figuring things out and kind of finding his way around. And as they're introducing him as a general manager, Chandrika comes out of her mouth and says, I can't stand him. And I'm like, wow, the owners of the restaurant are right here and the manager is right here, and you're saying you can't stand somebody. Hmm. Fired. That's what you need to be. Fired. You're too ghetto. Okay. It's too much. It's team too motherfucking much. Okay. So then Kandi and Todd end up, leaving or whatever. And Chandrika has a back and forth with Philip, and he ends up sending her ass home because he's like, you know what? I I ain't got time for this shit. Okay. I got a restaurant to try to run, and you over here in your feelings and having an ego trip is not helping me get what I need to get done. So you can get to stepping. Get to stepping, Chandrika. Okay. So then she does some little video on the way out because she crying and upset because he done told her ass to hit the road, Jack. So Kandi goes and visits the actual OLGs themselves, her Aunt Nora, her Aunt Bertha, and her mama at her Aunt Nora's house. So she speaks to all of them individually because they're constantly coming in the restaurant, even though the OLG old lady gang as it is, the three of the her two aunts and her mom, they don't actually own the restaurant or anything. It's just their likeness that's being used to represent the restaurant and their recipes. But they do from time to time come into the restaurant. And I think it's cute because people probably love to see them in person and meet them. So anyway, she talks to each of them individually and asks them what they think. And they tell her about different people in the restaurant that they ain't really vibing with. And then she brings them all together. And collectively, she tells them, listen, I love y'all to death, but y'all getting old. You can't be coming up in here threatening people and telling them you're going to throw them over. Because I Norden told somebody she's going to throw them over the damn fence. And I'm like, lady, you was 80 what? You ain't about to throw nobody nowhere, okay? Listen, we want you to make it to 80 the next whatever year. Don't come up in here threatening these young people, ma'am. Please don't. Just please don't. Be a normal senior citizen and get your life, okay? So Kandi is basically like, listen, y'all can't be coming up here talking crap to people, and you stay out the kitchen. We done took the recipes now. Just come and visit and sit your ass down, have a drink and a piece of chicken and going on. Don't come up in here doing the most, okay? So they're just basically like, yeah, okay. Kandi ain't controlling them ladies. So moving right along, Torin, which is he used to work for Old Lady Gang as well. Apparently Kandi just be hiring everybody, which listen, I love it. She's trying to create jobs for people in the Black community. She's trying to get these people paid. She's trying to give them money out here. Okay. She's trying to have everybody doing the right daggone thing. So Torin is someone that was doing Friday Night Live events for her. I guess, they were making it. That is why they call what we saying, Connie, when that is why they called the gang. Girl, yes, because they was going up in there like, listen, if you don't fry this chicken crispier than that next time, it's gonna be your ass. Okay, that's I can just imagine them up in there doing that, just in control. And that damn Bertha, she got a line for every daggone thing. Okay, she was counting pillows in the middle of that meeting, child. But thank you so much for commenting, Connie. But yeah, so Torin, he was doing Friday Night Lives to promote the restaurant and to like get people there and make it more of like a hangout spot on Fridays, right? So it ended up him being the manager at one point. And I'm like, God damn, all these people do they even have management experience managing a damn restaurant? Because it ain't easy managing a restaurant, okay? So then he ends up quitting because his love was more into him doing his events or whatever. So now Todd is like, I never really said that I hated him, coming back. I wouldn't want him to come back. I'm open to him coming back and doing events. So he did an event for Kandi for her employees, I guess. And, I guess whoever else was going to come. I think it was another Friday night event. And some of the employees was there getting turned and tossed up. Okay, so we're going to get into meeting some of these other employees. So Dominique is a bartender as well. She's from Florida, but her first love is dance. So she's always doing different dancing events. She's even done backup for Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, so Dominique is a twerkathon major. All right, so she's dancing it up and doing OLG on the side just for some quick cash. Okay. So her and Chandrika are very good friends, and they are also good friends with Torin. So all three of them hang out and have a good old time. Connie says, especially in the hood. I can't wait till next week. Right. Exactly. Oh my goodness. I cannot. This show is actually going to be good. I'm going to be excited to see this every week. It's going to be a great change on Sunday. Thanks for commenting again, Connie. But yeah, so Rashard is another character that we're introduced to. So Rashard is actually from Baltimore, Maryland. Okay, we don't Baltimore. Listen, I'm from the DMV. Born and raised in Washington D.C. and Baltimore is not a part of the DMV. We don't claim that, but I did go to the Morgan State University, and that is in Baltimore, Maryland. So Rashard, you are good with me, okay? So he is from Baltimore, and he's actually the consistent hostess over at Blaze, which is their, a more upscale restaurant. Okay. So Kandi likes Rashard because he's professional. He comes to work dressed appropriately, like he's dressed up. He's very pleasant. He's open with the clientele, right? So she needs him to come over there and show little ghetto Chandrika how to get her mind right. Okay. So he comes over there, before he comes over there, so he goes over and he meets Chandrika at this party that everybody is congregating at. And he's like, not impressed. Okay. So he's just like, okay, I'm going to see how this go when I go up in here and work my first day shadowing her. Because I agreed to come up over here, but it ain't looking too good. And he was basically saying she ghetto on the first day, which I thought was hilarious. But anyway, Todd ends up closing down the party because Dominique was getting tossed and turned up, and a lot of people were getting too turned up and drunk. So he said, let's just close the bar down. Let's close this party up and wrap it up. So him and Kandi end up going home. And then, so the next day, Rashard goes to OLG. He's early and professional. Okay. So he comes, I want to say 20 minutes before the restaurant opens. Now, this is a Saturday when they are very busy. Okay. So Chandrika is supposed to be the hostess that's supposed to be the hostess of the mostest, allowing the people to come in and seating them and whatnot. She late for damn work. She in the car taking her damn rollers out her head, talking about she should have went to breakfast. I'm like, well, bitch, you already late. And don't they have food at the restaurant if you don't get a damn egg or two at the damn, what the hell? So she pulls up right in front of the damn restaurant, throw her clothes on, come in. She 1 minute, she right there on the dot, walking through the door, welcoming people in. I'm like, well, she just came up off the damn street. She ain't go wash her hands, nothing. So Rashard is like, what the fuck did I get myself into? So then he's following her, like shadowing her, and she's just kind of real wayward with how she's handling stuff. She's like, yeah, they're gonna get real angry because the wait about to be real long because Saturdays are very busy, and it is what it is. You're just gonna have to deal with it. And so Rashard is like, she's sending people downstairs while they're waiting during the wait, because I guess they don't want to lose no money. So they're gonna send people down to the bar down there or whatever to congregate while they waiting, because it's not reasonable to have people standing outside that long, right? I guess, I don't know, but anyway, so they're cycling the people in and out as much as possible, which they really need to have a system for this. This is just really crazy, even though the food is very good and I get why people in that line, but goddamn, let's have some professionalism. So anyway, Rashard is pissed off because he's like, I don't got to deal with this at Blaze. What am I getting my damn self into over here at Old Lady Gang? So he's like, I'm tired of running up and down these daggone steps. There's got to be another way. So then, if that's not bad enough, Chandrika up front being ghetto, her regular ghetto, raggedy, wretched self, then the damn lights go out. So everybody ain't no power, no nothing. They don't have no generator, which I thought restaurants were supposed to have a generator anyway. Like I thought that was like a thing. I don't know if in Maryland it's a requirement or whatever, but I thought they were supposed to have some sort of generator because this is people's food or whatever. So I don't know. Tell me how it be, Connie. What you saying? A generation system? Okay, yeah. So a generator, a generation system, something like I really thought that was like a requirement for restaurants, right? Like, because you can't be in the middle of cooking somebody's food, and I would think that would be like fire prevention or something. Because what if you fry some? I don't know. I thought you had to have that, but maybe that ain't the case in Georgia. But anyway, moving right along. The power goes out. They don't have any way of collecting payments from people, which my thing is, I thought that even back in the day, like when I worked retail, they always had the little thing where you can swipe it over their credit card to like get the imprint of their credit card and get them to sign it. Like, do they not have those papers so that when the system comes back up, you can run people's credit card? even if they not there. What you saying, Connie? Health violations. Right. Absolutely. So I'm thinking the generator will help with the health violations or whatever. So yeah, so Kandi is like, so Philip goes to Kandi and he's like, yeah, we don't have a generator and it's gonna be 3.5 hours before the power comes back on. So, you know, what do you want me to do? And she's like, yeah, we probably do need to go ahead and get a generator. And Todd is like, I mean, this happens all the time, it's just a couple of hours. I'm like, that is ghetto. That's why your employees act like that. Because if y'all are not putting your best foot forward and putting your effort into making things professional, then your employees are going to be unprofessional because they see that you don't give a fuck. So why should I give a fuck? That's just probably how they feeling about it. So why the damn lights is out, child, and Teddy Pendergrass is into the building. Turn off the lights, and not because we wanted them. Now, Dominique and the damn manager, and Brandon, they over here flirting, talking about it's so much sexual tension, sexual chocolate tension going on between them. I'm like, girl, y'all need to be figuring out how to be running this restaurant and not over here flirting and carrying on. So Philip is like, listen, Brandon, I need you to be trying to collect some of this money because I don't want people walking out not paying their checks. Okay. We don't have no way of having these people wash dishes because the lights are out. We can't see them. So we need to get the money before they roll the hell out and skip out on these checks. But he too busy over here flirting with damn Dominique and doing every damn thing else. Chandrika sitting down. The cook is sitting down with Brandon. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? Y'all having a good old long lunch break or something. Y'all talking and chattering, and it's a crisis going on in this restaurant, and nobody gives a damn. Like, what the fa la la is going on? So the OLGs themselves are there. Aunt Nora, Aunt Bertha, and Candy's mom are there. So Candy's mama Joyce calls Kandi and is like, listen, the power is out. What you want to do? So Kandi is pulling up in the back. She's like, oh my God, this is crazy. And this is when her and Philip end up talking, and she's talking about she want to get the generator. But anyway, that's about it for this episode. I think that this is going to be a good show. This is that good old Black Vanderpump Rules, child. Okay, that's what this is. I think this is going to be a really good show. I did love the introduction of Brian. I think he's another character. He's going to end. I would love to see more about him. He actually came to the event with all the employees and he brought some egg rolls. I'm like, oh, so he's a damn egg roll chef. Why don't he just sell that recipe to Kandi and they can put it in the restaurant? But I guess he's like, he want to do his own business, whatever the case may be. So he was a bartender there, and apparently he was a bartender that really drew people in, very, charismatic. So Kandi had asked him to actually come back. But I think that she's probably just bringing some of these people back because she wanted them to get some exposure on the show. Maybe that's what it feels like to me. But the Chandrika girl, I understand loyalty just like the next person, but we got to go ahead and let her go because she's very problematic. Connie says need to lock up so they can't run out, child. They might think that's a damn health violation too, but I get it. You got to get your money, honey, because listen, these people be done filled up, ate good, and not paid for it, child. And that's that on that. So y'all, we're gonna go ahead and add Kandi and the gang to the arsenal of reviews. I usually like to watch 1 or 2 episodes of a show, especially when it's new, before I decide to review it, so I can see if people are actually gonna watch it. Because there's been shows that I reviewed and people just weren't watching, so it's just like I'm not getting the views, so I'm not going to keep reviewing the show and wasting my time. But I can see this one going where it needs to go. It's going to give what it needs to give, okay? But thank you guys for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that's going to be watching this show too. And I will see you in the next episode. Peace out.